Good afternoon, dear students. It's Hamidi here. Hope all of you are feeling safe and healthy. Today we are going to continue with the remaining of course policy of organization behavior under the online class. So far we have discussed about the organization behavior during our regular classes. Today we are going to talk about the uh, dependent independent variables of OB models. As we have discussed the dependent variable of organization behavior models, which are depending on the other factors within the organizations itself, they are not affecting, but with the help of other factors they are affecting within the organizations on the OB model of that particular organization. For example, if you select one of the dependent variable of OB model, in our previous classes we discussed that the job satisfaction is totally depending on the maybe satisfaction level of the employees with the environment, satisfaction level of the employees with the salaries and other incentives. So if they are satisfied with the organizations, it's mean that their OB model of that organization is better rather than the other dissatisfaction aspects of the employees within the organization. So today here we are going to discuss the independent. Apart from the dependent variable, there are other independent variables which affects on the OB model within the organization. The independent variables are those which are not depending on the other factors itself. They are affecting on the behavior of the someone within the organization or within the society. So one of the major and important independent variable is personality. Personality itself that it shows that the way of acting and reacting of the people within the society or within the business organizations. The personality is totally different from each and every person's. It's mean that the personality of all the people or all the community or all the societies are not going to be same as it is. It depends on the nature of the persons. So here the personality is the sum total way total of ways in which the individual react and interact with others. It shows that it defines that the personality is just only the reaction or react the way of reacting and interacting with other peoples. It's mean that how an individual is going to act or react within the society. If you talk about the business organizations under the OB model, then you can say that how an employee is going to react and interact with the other employees within the organizations. So similarly here the Gordon Elport defined the personalities in a such a way that he says that the personality is the ability that job demands from employees. Basically within the organizations, when someone is working as an employee, the organization is expecting some things, that the jobs or the task to be done in a better way, or an employee must be having an ability that the task to be performed. The ability, once we say that the abilities as per the Gordon Elport, ability does not mean that attitude or charming face or smiley face, but the personality of the person is related to the growth and development of the person's physiological systems. Here if you do students focus here from the date of birth up to the 7th, and then go for the school level and then university level, and after the completion of the university, this is a growth level of a person, right? So the personality always determine the growth level and development level physically of a employee within the society or within the community. This is the thoughts or the definition given by the Gordon. And simply the definition of the personality is that it is the total sum. It means that, or the sum, it means that from the beginning up to the end life of any human within the society, how he or she is going to react or act within the society. यानी बजीमानों की personality एक चीज़ याद किया शुरुई ज़िंदगी و تا ختم زندگی کی یک انسان با مرور زمان رشد میکنه و پیش کلان میشه، چطور داخل یک اجتماع چیز میکنن، همراه مردم دیگه برخورد میکنن، ریاکت میکنن و اینتراکت میکنن. گاردن گفته بود که پرسونالیتی که صرف چیزی نیست که ما بگوییم که با اتیتود تعلق دارن و یا کسی که اسمایلی فیس داشته باشه ما بگوییم که پرسنالیتی شما دیفاین کرده میتونیم. نه خیر، بلکه این میگن که پرسنالیتی چیزی است که او به چی تعلق دارن، به گروت و دیولپمنت یک انسان فیزیکلی که او به مرور زمان چیز میکنن، گروت میکنن و کلان میشن و پیشرفت مینمایند. And for the purpose of better understanding, let's talk about the measuring personality. How we are going to find it out, the personality of the people. How we are going to measure it. Basically, the personality can be measured through the psychological test with the help of taking some sample, behavior sample of the people. Yeah, sorry for the interruption due to the technical problem. So they say that we can measure the personality with the help of some psychological test and through a reliable or systematic techniques which we can find it out the personality of someone. Once we done with the psychological test with the help of some of the suitable techniques, then we can find it out the ability, intellectual level and the interest level of the person with the help of this psychological test. یعنی بازی ما که ما از طریق یک psychological test میتونیم که پرسنالیتی یا شخصیت یک انسان را یا یک فرد را ما چیز کنیم، بفهمیم و درک کنیم که ابیلیتی یا توانایی چقدر و اینتلیجنس لیولش چقدر، اینترست لیولش چقدر می باشد. And then the personalities are always measured for the purpose of finding out the differences between the people. If once we are moving behind finding the personality of the employees within the organizations or personality of the people within the society, it's mean that we are trying to find it out the differences between the people. From the recruitment and selection process of the HR perspective, so if you have observed that difference during the recruitment and selection process, apart from having or conducting the written test or say, and then for the interview, the organizations are always trying to conduct a psychological test in order to find it out the personality of the employees or the candidates. It's mean that we are moving behind in order to know that the strength or weaknesses of the employees. The strength and the weaknesses of the employees can be determined with the help of some personality measurement techniques for the purpose of hiring some of the new candidates to the organizations. And here the the personality is very important or very significant independent variable of the OB model for the purpose of individual career within the organization. This personality is also one of the very important factors or variable which are considerable by each and every organizations. It helps that the career of the employees to be developed or the career of the persons to be developed. In order to get better concepts about the personality, or to just explain or elaborate the personality in a better way, or we have to know that the personality characteristics or determinants. مشخصات پرسونالیتی چی می باشه؟ ما این را باید بفهمیم، به خاطر از که موضوع پرسونالیتی یکی از موضوعات بسیار عمده و مهمی از organization behavior می باشند. The students, toward each and every concept, the science has conducted many research in order to explain and elaborate the concepts in a better way. There are a number of publications and books which have been published by the different people or authors. So here the researchers has conducted research toward the psychological, toward the personality, so excuse me, and they have says that the personality is depends on the two things, the heredity and environment. Exactly, the personality is depends on the environment, because if the environment is classic, then the personality of someone might be classical from the date of birth up to the end of the life. And as well as the heredity. Heredity means that the culture or the generations سلسله نسبی مردم یا فامیلی ها هم باعث میشن که سر پرسنالیتی چیز کنن، تاثیرات خود داشته باشن. یعنی نسب و سلسله و کلچر و مذهب هم باعث میشن که پرسنالیتی یک شخص چیز کنن، رشد کنن. که اگر کلچرشون خوب سطحی بالا باشند then obviously the personality would be also high. Finally, the researchers do believe that the heredity is more important rather than the environment. یعنی بعضی عقیده رسیدن که همین خودی سلسله نسب یا کلچر نظر به ماحول یا environment چی است بهترتر است از لحاظی یا in the term of personality. So here are some of the particular determinants of the personalities. Let's discuss one by one. The first determinants of the personality is that biological factors. Then the second one is cultural factors, and then yeah, I think so. Here some technical problems is occurring in the computer. Yeah, apologize me for the technical problems. So here the second one is cultural factors, and the third one is family factors, and the fourth one is social factors, and the fifth one is situational factors. So in order to determine the personality in a better way, these five factors are considerable under the personalities. So here the biological factors are some medically or psychologically aspects of the personality, and the second one is cultural, depends on the religions, depends on the language, depends on the social norms of the person, and the third one is family. Families are always playing important roles in the personality of someone. The family members you know can be affected the personality of someone within the society. And the fourth one is social factors, society itself, the norm of the society, standard level of living of the people within society also affects the personalities. And the last one is situational factors, which could be considered as the environmental factors. یعنی بازی مانا که 5 تا فاکتورهایی که هست در زیر چی میاید در زیر determinants of the personality میآیند که یکیشان بیولوژیکال فاکتورز است که از لحاظ مدیکال یا از لحاظ طبیعی یا از لحاظ سایکولوژیکال تستی را که ما شما سرش اشاره کردیم او زیر بحث می باشند. کلچر یا مذهب یا ریلیجن بسیار زیر بحث می باشند. فامیلی یا فامیلی ممبر بسیار زیاد زیر بحث می باشند. سوسایتی یا اجتماعی که ما زندگی می کنیم و انوایرمنت و یا همون ماحول یا محیطی که ما اونجا ما چیز می کنیم زندگی می کنیم. So these five factors are under the determinants of the personalities. So for the purpose of better understanding of the personality, we are here to know about the hierarchy. If you remember, here we discussed that uh, the the Gordon Alport says that the personality is not something so like attitudes or being charm, but rather than it is growth and development of the person's physiologically systems. And then we said that the in order to determine the personality, two things are important. One is environment and one is heredity. Let's talk about the heredity. What do you mean by heredity? As I said before, that heredity is something about the cultures or heritage یا نسل و نسبی یک فرد را به نام چی مسما میکنن؟ به نام هیرارچی مسما میکنن. So the word of hierarchy is very important under the say personality. As long as as long as the hierarchy of someone is better, that much the personality of that person is better. So particularly the hierarchy refers to the factors which are influence or have linked with the parents, such as physical structures, facial attractiveness, genders, temperament, and muscle compositions, energy level, and etc. As I said that the heredity is totally depends on the cultures and the generation of the someone with the background or with the history life of that family. So here if you observe some of the families, the structure, the physical structure of the some of the families are high in nature. So basically the personality of the other member of the family would be also high If you talk about the facial attractiveness, and then gender, temperament, muscle composition, energy level of these all are coming under the hierarchy. Hierarchy approach shows that personality of an individual is molecular structures of the genes which is located the chromosomes. And then for more and better understanding, the researchers have conducted many research as they have studied with the passage of time personality to change. This is very important, students. Heredity, if you talk this medically, if you have observed medically, some of the people are very high in nature, facial attractiveness is better, and then energy level of the people are better. It's mean that their history or background of the family is in a such a way, that's why their personality is in a such a way. And medically, if you talk about the personality, the researchers says that the personality of some people are located in the chromosome. Medically, it's a part of the body where the personality of the people can be determined. And then the researchers has researched or studied that the personality is not going to be constant, it is going to be changed with the passage of time. یعنی ما میگیم که پرسنالیتی به مرور زمان تغییر میخوره و همیشه ثابت نمی باشه. از دوران طفولیت تا به دوران مکتب و پانتون و تا به رشد زندگی را که یک انسان داشته می باشه، با مو اساس پرسنالیتی یک انسان هم چیز میکنه، چینج میشن. یک چیزی کانستانت نیست، یعنی ثابت نیست که همیشه پرسنالیتی یک کسی برای عمر الابد و چی می باشن یک نوع پرسنالیتی را اختیار می نماید، بلکه پرسنالیتی به مرور زمان چی میشن، چینج میشن و تغییر میخورن. And also the recent research shows that different managers shows different personality traits or behavior in the organization. On the organization base, we do have the following two approaches in order to identify personality traits. Difference in each and every organizations, each and every top level of management has their own policies and traits in order to to change the personality of the employees within the organizations, or to observe the personality of the employees within the organization and treats them in a better way and improve them and develop them in a better way. So that's why the researchers has suggested two theories scientifically. The first theory is that the Myers-Briggs type indicator, and the second one is the two big five personality models. So we these two theories and these two theories are suggested or studied by the science or researchers for the purpose of having better organization to behavior model within each and every organization, so that we can discuss it in our next and future classes. Thank you so much from your kind attention, and hope that this class was more sufficient about the independent variable of OB model. Thank you so much.